What's up, Dobsters, Dobinites, Dobdecahedrons? Once again, we're here a week. I got my friend back with me. No family emergency this week.
None this week.
None this week. We're back at it again. So we'll go over the challenge. First, I want to mention the hoodie that I'm wearing. What's up, Evans? I know you love Appalachian State. All right, so the challenge on 5 and 4 definitely lost. 158.10 to 152.40 as of right now. I have no one yet as Jalen Hurts in a linebacker. Reason why I lost is because I had to go against Jahmyr Gibbs, who had 36.70 points, and Jonathan Taylor, who had 48.10 points, and Trey McBride, who had 23.20 points. I didn't really have any mess ups. The only thing that happened was my kicker had a goose egg. I could have started Cairo Santos for like an extra 3 points or something. It wouldn't have made a difference. I had Jared Goff, who had 28 points, and Drake London, who had 21.40 points.
And challenge this week, I'm currently 2-7. Sadly, I'm trying to win in this league. It's not going well. But I am winning currently 123 to 139. I don't have anybody else for the rest of the Monday night game, and he has AJ Brown. So hopefully, it's one of those games where he just doesn't get any targets. I guess my big time scores this week were Emeka Puka had 15. Jaden Higgins actually got me decent points this week. He got me almost 13. Keon Coleman made a rare touchdown grab. He usually doesn't get anything. Yeah. Justin Herbert, he got me 16. I guess I could have started Jackson Dart. He got like 10 points more. But everybody else, besides Kate Otten, which we've been not bragging, but just ragging on him all year, kind of was my best tight end this week, but I did not start him.
Don't blame me.
Yeah. So hopefully I can squeak out with a win if AJ Brown just kind of goes into shell mode where they just don't care about it.
Yeah. All right, so the champions, I'm 4 and 5 this week. I won 91.75 to 79.50, and the reason why I won is because the dude had 3 people on bye starting in his lineup and 1 goose egg. Had a fun chat with my commissioner. He hates me, so good luck to me in the next couple of years because he holds on to grudges. But hopefully we'll have him on the show this week. I'm going to have this guy reach out to him to see if he wants to come on the show. And just you guys can beat him. He's a fantastic person. I have Josh Jacobs left and a linebacker as well, and this person has no one. The only one I messed up on would be Matt Jones, who had 26.25 points. I wasn't going to start him against the Rams defense. Or Aaron Rodgers, and he had 8.05. So it was a lose-lose situation, except Matt Jones did well. And then the one that went off for me was Emeka Egbuka with 20.50 points.
All right, and this is the league where I'm pretty much just counting down the days till the off season. I'm kind of funny that I'm 2-7 as well in this league. But my 2 best players this week for my team. Well, let me get you up with the score. I'm losing 115 to 168.
Well, you play the same person too.
Yeah,
and they have AJ Brown too.
Both leagues. Not in this league. Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
Wow.
That's funny. But yeah, he has Devon A-Chain and Jonathan Taylor, so it was a tough battle from the get-go. And he started Marcus Mariota, which got him 20 points. But, what you gonna do, right? But anyways, my 2 high-scoring players were, sadly, Parker Washington with 17 points and Tracy Knight, one of the young linebackers for Seattle. 15 points.
Nice.
Yeah. Nothing to brag about, but just wait until next season.
You got a linebacker for next season.
Yeah, I got a linebacker. It's unlocked.
You're all about that IDP.
Yeah.
All right. Evans League, I'm 5 and 4. Definitely lost this week, 154.55 to 135.90. And the reason why is because I didn't start Travion Henderson for the first weekend since we began. And he had 51.50 points. And the one that I started, and I honestly, I thought I started Travion Henderson over Jalen Warren, but it appears I did not. And Jalen Warren had 4.10 points. So that sucks. I have no one is Dallas Goddard. He had Baker Mayfield at 28.90 points, Breece Hall at 26.50 points, and Emeka Egbuka at 30.50 points. I had Caleb Williams, who had 29.30 points, JSN, who had 26.80 points, and Rome Madunze, who had 22.60 points.
All right, and that league I'm currently, well, I am going to lose. There's a slight chance. I really doubt it, though. Like, Jalen Hurts needs to get injured for me to win. But I'm losing 99.80 to 124. He has Jalen Hurts, and that's it. And I have Edgerrin Cooper, which is the linebacker for the Packers, and Jordan Love playing. My two highest scoring people were actually Kyron Williams. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. And Theo Johnson I ended up starting. He got 21 points. This is a tight end premium, so it's a little inflation on that.
There's inflation everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll get to that. I mean, it's fair inflation, but it's way more points than any other league that he scored in. His highest people were Jalen Waddle. He had 21.90, and Jonathan Taylor, which had 63.60, which was like 20-something points more than any other league. But he did have a crazy good game. So, yeah, probably going to lose that, and it will bring me down to, sadly, 4-6. Not a good year for fantasy for me.
James is the one I played, but he had it was that guy, Danny Lee Hunter. He had him on the bench. He had 50-something points in that week because he had 3.5 sacks, 7 tackles.
I wonder how much DeMarcus Lawrence had because he had the 2 touchdowns.
Oh, jeez. I don't even want to see.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that up later.
Yeah. We'll keep you posted. Top 5 quarterbacks this week is I'm sorry, actually, I'll go over the surprising and important snap shares this week. Only a couple. Arizona, Simi Fajuco, he had 21 snaps at 28%. Carolina continues to start Tommy Tremble at 36 snaps, 68% this week versus Jatavion Sanders, who had 19 snaps and 36%. Chicago Bears, we actually put in Luther Burden for 33 snaps at 49%. Happy about that. Houston, Nick Chubb only had 10 snaps for 13%. Woody Marks pretty much dominated that game. Maybe not stat-wise, but definitely snap-wise. And the Rams had Jordan Winton only had 7 snaps at 10%. They had Cavante Mumpfield, who had 33 snaps at 48%. And do you know an Xavier Smith?
He's our, well, obviously the receiver, but he's our kick and punt returner.
Oh, well, he had 34 snaps at receiver for 49%. Top 5 quarterbacks this year is, or this week is Davis Mills at number 1. 30.60 points. First start of the season.
I started him in 1 league.
You got him in 1 league?
I had to. Him and Dylan Gabriel were my 2 quarterbacks I started. They both had pretty good games.
They did? Yeah. Matt Stafford at 30 points. Jackson Dart at 28.70 points, and he was knocked out at the middle of the 3rd quarter. He ran all over us. That's what happened. They had 6 for 66 and 2 touchdowns, but they had like at least 8 to 10 rushes that were designed for him, and it worked every single time.
I was going to say, I think the 2 in the red zone for the rushing, they were all like designed quarterback draws, basically.
Yeah, and they worked it too. Like they had the offensive lineman pooling, and like it was a design run, and I was like, I guess we can't stop that. Maybe that's Dennis Allen's weakness is the quarterback run. Damn it, we played the Eagles in like 2 weeks. Anyway, Jared Goff at 4th with 28 points, and Caleb Williams at 27.30 points. Before I go on the running backs, what about your league that you're winning money from?
Oh, my old work league?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. I am currently losing 150.34 to 144.42. He has nobody, and I have Devontae Smith, so doable, but honestly, I could see me still losing this, because like we said about A.J. Brown, sometimes Jalen Hurts just does not throw the ball. I guess I wouldn't even say it's a mistake, but Sam Darnold only got me 4 points in this league, which is kind of weird because he did have 178 yards passing, a touchdown, and 1 pick. But I feel like this should be more than 4 points.
Yeah, it's weird.
And this was weird too. So
maybe every like 50 yards is a point.
Maybe. So and our defenses, he got 11, and I got 5 points. And the score was the Browns lost 20 to 27, and I'd start the Rams. and we let up 26 points. We had a pick, a fumble recovery, a block kick, and they just had 27 points allowed and an interception. We got like 6 points more than me.
It's weird.
It was weird. Oh well.
Yeah.
But hopefully Devontae Smith just gets a couple catches and I could win that league, or I could win the week, and I'll be 8-2.
I guess read the scoring before you join the league. And I guess that's the best advice. Do the best.
To be fair, I didn't know I was in this league.
That's true.
They could have changed everything on me.
Running backs this week absolutely killed it. Jonathan Taylor once again number one, 48.10 points. Devon A-Chain at second, 37.50 points. Jahmyr Gibbs at third, 36.70 points. Trevion Henderson with fourth at 27.50 points. And Kyron Williams bringing it up with 21.40 points. Receivers this week, pretty low for receivers this week. Drake London was 21.40 points. Jalen Naylor, 20.90 points. Jamison Williams, 20.90 points. And Emeka Egbuka, 20.50 points. And Nico Collins, 19.10 points. For your tight ends this week, fairly normal. Trey McBride, 23.20 points. George Kittle, can't read my handwriting, 18.90 points, what it looks like to me. Jawan Johnson, 17.20 points. Dalton Schultz, 14.80 points. And Tyler Warren at 13.90 points.
All right. So I'll do the people that impressed and people that disappointed me this week. There was actually quite a few people to choose from. I did add one, well, I guess technically 2 stars in here, but one just keeps going off every week. But first I have Jonathan Taylor, of course. He had 32 rushes for 244 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 receptions for 42 yards. He's basically been why the Colts have been consistent. Last couple of games, Daniel Jones has had a couple of turnovers, and they still find ways to still win, and it's mainly just his explosiveness. He runs for 60-yard touchdowns every other week. Jonathan Taylor, he's probably going to impress me the rest of the week or year, so probably won't put him on the list again, sadly, just because it's kind of unfair.
Yeah.
He's tearing it up. So keep it up, and hopefully the Colts will end up making the playoffs. They should. My other person that impressed me was Trevion Henderson, basically getting his first start, which is kind of bonkers to us because all in the preseason and training camp, we've always heard or read like him just busting like a punt return for a touchdown or a screen pass or whatnot, and he just never got in the game. And he only started because their starting running back was injured. And he had 14 rushes, so not too many.
Yeah,
but he did have 147 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 reception, 3 yards. He's very explosive. In my eyes, I think he should be clearly the number 1 running back. Maybe he's just a terrible pass blocker, but in that case, just keep it in first and second down and stuff like that. My fear is that, like I said, he only had 14 rushes. Maybe when Ramondre comes back, he still might get majority of the carries because there was, between the other running backs, they had 13 carries as well, and that's between 4 other players. Mac Hollins did, I don't know why I wrote this down, but Mac Hollins led the Patriots in targets while Keyshawn Boutte was out, which is pretty interesting to me. But yeah, I'm just pretty excited for Trevion Henderson. I do like him as a fan of him in college. Thought he would be a pretty much instant like contributor, but I don't know. Mike Vrabel just doesn't like younger people. I don't know. I'm really kind of lost for it, especially since Ramondre fumbles a lot. But yeah, he had a really good game in my opinion. But maybe I would kind of give it another week to see if I would keep him in my starting lineup, just because there were so many other people with carries. And my last one, which is all running backs actually, is Devon A-Chain. He had 22 rushes for 174 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he also had 6 receptions for 51 yards. And I put A-Chain could be the sole reason that Tua and McDaniels keeps their job this year. I was pretty shocked that he just tore up the Bills, and we'll get to the Bills later. But yeah, they're playing hard for their jobs because they're not going to make the playoffs. and we'll see if Mike McDaniels keeps his job.
The ball didn't.
Yeah, yeah, the ball didn't. But yep, A-Chain, he has a pretty good season so far. He's killing it. And for the people that disappointed me, one, I put Bryce Young. Not only it's pretty bad for Bryce Young, it's very negative for Carolina as a whole because if they won, and we know that the Bucks did end up losing, they would have been a half a game out of the division race. So with that loss, in my opinion, they might not even keep up with the division, even though the Bucks did still lose. But anyways, I lost my spot.
Technical.
Yeah, technical. Yeah, I just kind of summed up all that. All right, so he had 62.8 QBR. He was 17 for 25, 124 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 pick. He needs to kind of go on a run, in my opinion, for him to kind of hold on to the job because, every year there's a couple of quarterbacks in free agencies. I mean, who knows, maybe Mac Jones might be a free agent. They might try to bring him in and get some of the success like with, well, I wouldn't say Baker anymore, but like Sam Darnold and stuff like that. So, Bryce Young, you got to do better, or you might be looking for a new team soon. The other person I have on here is Justin Jefferson. He had 12 targets in the game with only 4 catches and 37 yards. And he had 65 snaps, which was 100% of the snaps of the game. He's an elite wide receiver, and honestly, this whole season, besides like 2 games, he hasn't been playing really up to par. He needs to take over. I mean, JJ McCarthy, he's not the greatest quarterback, but I've seen Justin Jefferson ball out with way worse at quarterback. So they need to just get on the same page. I know McCarthy hasn't been around because of injuries, and in my opinion, he's not that good. But so he has to step up. He has 2 games the whole season with 100 plus yards and 1 game with 10 plus receptions. 5 games though with 10 plus targets. So my opinion, Justin Jefferson, you need to step up a little bit because Jamar Chase kind of puts up numbers still. All these other top receivers do, and we know you do because that's why we always held you above Jamar Chase for a little bit before Jamar Chase starts busting off 100 yards after the catch.
You said he only had 2 games of 100 yards this year?
Yeah, 2 games with 100 plus. And one was, I didn't write it down, but it was just like 125 and the other one was only like 101. So
he might get it this week because Tyreek Stevenson probably going.
he needs to. I mean, he's not going to obviously lose his job or anything.
No.
But
they could trade him.
I doubt it.
I'd like that.
And I didn't write too much stats about this. It was just my last disappointment is actually just the Bills' defense because, I mean, Josh Allen still put up pretty good numbers. He had 306 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. James Cook I was going to put on this list because he just had a couple of pretty explosive games and he was pretty limited, but I just don't get how the Bills can lose back-to-back games and off of a bye week to the Miami Dolphins. And now the Patriots are 2 games ahead of the Bills in their own division, so that's a big letdown for the Bills and all Bills fans and probably Josh Allen, their offense. They're not helping them, and as of right now, they don't really look like a...
There's A-Chain going off.
There's A-Chain going off right here on the screen. But if their defense can't flip the script a little bit, they are not going to last long in the playoffs. I still think they'll automatically make the playoffs, but not looking good for them.
Their defense definitely needs a lot of work.
Yeah. Maybe they should have made a trade as well at the deadline.
Yeah. All right, so killed it this week. Baker Mayfield went 28 for 43, 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Jackson Dart, fantastic game, made us look foolish in many areas. 19 for 29, 242 yards, 6 rushes, 66 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And like I said, he got knocked out in the third quarter midway through. Jared Goff, 25 of 33, 320 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He mentioned all the running backs, so I won't go over that. Amari DiCardo for Arizona, he had 4 rushes for 64 yards with 3 receptions for 40 yards, so big game from him. Chris Olave had 5 receptions, 104 yards, and 1 touchdown. Mac Hollins had 6 receptions for 106 yards. Emeka Buka had 6 receptions for 115 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Naylor, the surprise of this week, 5 receptions, 124 yards, and 1 touchdown. I guess that's going to be J.J. McCarthy's favorite receiver out of Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, and T.J. Hawk. Don't know how that happens. Jalen Waddle had a good game, 5 receptions, 84 yards, and a touchdown. And then tight ends this week, Jawan Johnson, 4 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Cade Otton, 9 receptions, 82 yards. And then Theo Johnson, 7 receptions, 75 yards. To be honest, there wasn't too many players that did not do well this week. The only one I could put was Justin Fields, 6 of 11, 54 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, with 7 rush and 28 yards. And then Bill with 11 rush and 30 yards.
At Donald Trump Stadium.
Garrett Wilson had a goose egg. I think he got injured. I see he's out for 3 to 4 weeks. But he had a goose egg this week, which was weird. He still was. I saw that his snap count was 19, so he had 19 snaps.
Yeah, the only thing I saw of him was just, well, besides every time we looked up, we saw Brees Hall running for a big play.
Yeah.
But
let's get the ball.
They kept showing Garrett Wilson's highlights, but he just wasn't getting the ball. So I don't know. Maybe he pulled a hamstring or something.
Yeah, I know he's out 3 or 4 weeks. I didn't see what the injury was. I think it was ankle. I'm not sure. Michael Pittman, 2 receptions, 19 yards. And then Hunter Henry, 1 reception, 9 yards. That's about it. There's no one else I could really find that I can be like, that was a bad game.
It was a pretty high-scoring week, honestly. Yeah. Like, especially at the 4 o'clock slot, all of them were 40-point games.
Yeah.
Which, actually, I forgot what podcast I was listening to, but it was obviously about football. But they said this was the, I think, 4th or 5th time in NFL history that a score was 44-22, and 2 of them happened on the same day.
That's crazy. Who was it? 44-42?
It was the Seahawks and Cardinals, and who was the other 4 o'clock game? Not the Rams and Lions and Commanders. They lost or 144-22.
Gotcha. Any idea who you think the Giants are going to get? I have had no thought until right now for head coach for this next year. I have had no thought whatsoever on this. I just thought of it now.
Well, you can go ahead because I haven't had any opinion about it.
Yeah, I don't know anybody out there. Yeah,
I thought you had someone in mind.
No,
that's why you brought it up.
No, I just brought it up because I was like, man, that's a good thing to talk about. Like, I haven't heard anything or like of any like coaches coming out of the pipeline or anything like that.
I feel like it's not like a popular thing to do right anymore, though. Like bringing up like college coaches to the NFL. Usually they're all assistants now.
Yeah, I know the Bears were at least interviewed Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame last year. I don't know if he's still going to come. And I feel like Giants will be looking for an offensive-minded head coach since they just drafted Jackson Dart.
I was going to say, like, should be like a pretty attractive job since you already kind of got a quarterback there.
They got a young quarterback and a receiver.
That's a good market. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, who's gotten fired so far besides Brian Daboll? Someone else got a little. I doubt Brian Callahan's going to get another job right away.
I doubt it. Yeah. I think that's the only one. Titans and then.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there was already rumors that the team I like, the Rams, they were saying like our defense coordinator might be getting a head coaching job somewhere. But a lot of people are actually putting him or projecting him to go to the Dolphins.
Is Mike Strahan offensive-minded head coach from Indianapolis? If not, who's their offensive coordinator?
Not sure.
I know that Jonathan Taylor's doing a lot of work, but Daniel Jones looked good at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's Justin Jefferson's stats.
It's been 4 games since he had back-to-back 100-yard games too.
Against Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
All right. Well, let us know what you think about Brian Daboll, who's going to take over that Giant spot.
And maybe next week we'll have a better answer.
Yeah. Let's do a little bit of research next week. But anyway, this is the point where I'm going to go to the basketball. So if you guys don't want to listen to basketball, no worries. Let us know comments, recommendations, or anything you want us to talk about. Also, if you want me to talk about the situation with the commissioner. But anyway, just let us know whatever, and then we'll get back to you on that. Stay tuned for my show on Saturday with the over-unders and whatnot. Did really well this week. I think that's like 3 out of the past 4 weeks. I've been killing it in that. So let me know what y'all think and any recommendations that y'all want us to talk about. All right. So for basketball, the top 5 guards for week 3 was Luka Doncic, which 64.69 points. SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander with 58.93 points. Donovan Mitchell with 57.87 points, Tyrese Maxey with 56.13 points, and Cade Cunningham with 53.93 points. For the forwards this week, Giannis actually took a little bit of a dip, went down to 61.31. He was normally averaging between 70 and 80. Dimi Avdija, don't know how to pronounce that name. He's on the Trailblazers, 58.41 points. Kawhi Leonard with 55.16 points. Julius Randle with 48.83 points. And Jaylen Brown with 47.20 points. For the true sinners this week, Jokic still up at the top, 79.68 points. That's going to be consistent. Wemby took a huge downfall.
I was going to say there's probably a big gap between 1 and 2.
There is, yeah. Jalen Duren actually, he's a surprising me. Like
he's got a couple like 2020 games.
Too. Yeah, I mean he has like random 2020 games, but like he hasn't been this consistent in the 3-4 years that he's been in the league now. So Jalen Duren, I didn't like his game, but he's working at it this year, and it looks like he's been pretty consistent. Anyway, he's at 53.20 points. Karl Anthony Towns had 52.74 points. Alperen Şengün had 50.39 points, and Isaiah Hartenstein had 48.10 points. So no Wemby this week on that list. He had a pretty terrible week, honestly. Surprising overall, Benedict for the whole season, not just week 3. Benedict Mathurin is number 15 in the entire league in fantasy points. Jalen Duren jumped up to 19. Scotty Barnes is at 20. Lauri Markkanen is still there at 26. Keontae George hopped up to 39th. Stephon Castle hopped up to 40th. Jrue Holiday is staying strong at 42nd. Michael Porter jumped up to 49th. And OG Anunoby jumped up to 50th. So those are like the top 50 this week. If you have anything that you want to talk about basketball-wise, let us know. Can't think of anything off the top of my head that I've noticed in basketball. The Pacers are terrible. The Nets are terrible. The Kings are terrible, and they have good players.
I would say Keontae Jordan plays pretty well.
Yeah.
He's a good scorer.
The Kings, though, are weird. Like, they have Sabonis, DeRozan, what's his face? Levine, and...
Oh, that's a lot.
Schroeder.
Can't win with Zach Levine.
I guess that's the reason. But they have, like, people, but I guess they just don't play well together. So, yeah, the Kings are very good.
Yeah. A lot of people that are kind of the same, just more of a mid-court shooters. I mean, I guess Zach Levine's a labeled 3-point shooter, but I never thought he was that good at it.
Yeah, he just throws up shots and hopefully it goes in.
Yeah. Just a chucker.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's all I got. It's funny to watch the Pacers. They started James Earl Jones. That's right, Darth Vader. They started him, and he had a double-double. But yeah, he
just like all the random Laker people that are just dropping like 25 a game.
Yeah, man. But Indiana's like beat up right now. Of course, Tyrese Halliburton's hurt. But it's just weird, to see a team that went to the finals last year be 1-9. That sucks.
It does, because I mean, we all knew like Halliburton wasn't going to be around.
Yeah.
The whole year, probably.
I didn't expect them to go like 1-9.
I know. Yeah. I thought they'd get at least like be better than 500.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our basketball for this week. Let us know if you need anything, and stop.